Namaste. I welcome you all to this short video which explains the placement of notes in Indian classical music. The best way to do this, I think, is start with comparing the placement of notes in Western scale to that of Indian scale. So, with help of some charts, I will be explaining first the Western scale, how the notes are placed, and after that, I will be explaining some formulae on which the placement of notes in Indian classical music is based. Okay, with help of this chart, we will try to understand the concept of how the swaras are derived in Hindustani, that is Indian classical music, and in the Western music. So Western scale is equidistant scale. Firstly, we must understand that whether it is Western or Indian classical music, upper sa's frequency is always twice than that of lower sa. So, if our reference sa is at 400 Hz, the upper sa will be at 800 Hz exactly, whether it is Western scale or Indian or Hindustani scale. So, upper sa is always twice that of lower sa, that is sa reference. In Western scale, the sa and upper sa, the range is divided equally in 12 parts to get the notes between this sa and upper sa. In Indian classical music, here are the sa re ga ma pa dha ni and sa. So these are the Shuddha swaras, and in between sa and re there is komal re, re ga there is komal ga, ma pa there is tivra ma. We call it as tivra as its frequency or its pitch is higher than that of Shuddha ma. In between pa and dha there is komal dha. In between dha and ni there is komal ni. So this is the division sa re ga ma pa dha ni. So there are 12 parts between sa and upper sa. Now in Western scale, they take this range and divide this range into 12 equal parts so that the ratio or the division of komal re to sa is equal to shuddha re to komal re. That is equal to ratio of komal ga to shuddha re. So the ratio of successive notes is maintained in Western scale, and there are 12 divisions between sa and upper sa, and upper sa is exactly twice the sa reference. Now how to do this in Western scale to achieve the notes, that is re ga ma pa dha ni and these komal and tivra suras? So we have to find 12th root of 2. So 12th root of 2 is 1.05946. We can simply Google this and get the value. So 1.05946. If we go on multiplying sa by 1.05946, we can get komal re, that is next sur. Now I will explain why 12th root of 2. Why 2? This is because upper sa is twice or 2 times that of lower sa. So the number 2. Why 12th root? We have to divide this range in 12 equal parts ratio wise. So 12th root of 2. So just go on multiplying the base frequency, that is 400 sa, by this number. You will get the next note. Multiply the next note frequency by 1.05946. You will get the next note. Go on multiplying, and at the last you will find upper sa exactly at 800. So this is Western scale. In Western scale, successive suras are at equal ratio. So ratio between successive suras is maintained in Western scale. Now, this is not the case in Indian classical music. Indian classical music follows the theory of harmonics. So, what is harmonic? Any sound in nature, whether a sound of an instrument or human voice, doesn't come with its single frequency. So if I sing sa, any machine will calculate it as 400 hertz, say for example, but that machine will tell us that your sound also contains 800, 1200, 1600, 2000 and so on, multiples of 400. This is natural phenomenon, and if I call 400 as a base frequency, the 800, 1200, 1600 and so on are the harmonics. The harmonics is nothing but the texture of that particular voice or instrument or that particular sound. So, if I sing sa and I ask some other person to sing sa with same frequency, same pitch, then he also sings sa. We can easily identify the two voices. That earlier was mine voice and the other was some other person's voice. This is because the harmonic content and their proportion in my voice is different than some other person's voice. So harmonics decide the texture or identity of that particular voice. Now, suppose we want to listen 400 hertz sound. There are certain apps on mobile like frequency generator wherein we can just input the frequency and listen to the sound. Now I have a frequency generator app here. So I will just input frequency here, and so this is 400 hertz. We can hear this. This is 400 hertz. Now if we consider this as a sa, then we will see what happens 800 hertz. We just input 800 hertz, listen. So this is upper sa. So 800 hertz is upper sa when 400 is our reference sa. Now I will again input 400 hertz. Sa, this is 400. I will input this 1200 and we will listen to it. Pa. It is clearly pa. We can understand that. And this pa is used, 1200 hertz pa is used in Indian classical music as the swara. Now this pa is in upper octave. So by dividing it by 2, 600 is the middle octave pancham. So you will see sa is 400 in Indian classical music, then 600, at exactly 600 hertz lies our pancham, whereas in Western scale it is at 599.31. It is not the same. We use this frequency, that is second harmonic, as per. Now 1600 will be again sa. 2000, if you input that number 2000 and you listen to it, you will easily understand that is ga in next upper octave. So to bring it in our middle octave, you have to divide by 2 twice. So 2000 upon 2, 1000, 1000 upon 2, 500. 500 is Gandhar or Ga in Indian classical music, which differs from Western by this amount. Western scale is 5 not 3.96, Indian is 500. So there are two major relations in Indian classical music, that is Sapa and Saga. Saga and Sapa. So Pa is always 1.5 times that of Sa, and Ga is always 1.25 times that of Sa. There is another important ratio, Ma. What is Ma? Ma is reverse pancham of Sa. Ma is Sa. If we consider Ma as Sa, then Sa, Re, then Ga, Ma, and Pa will be upper Sa. So Ma is reverse Pa of Sa. Now what is the relation Sa Pa? It is 3 by 2. So Sama will be 2 by 3 of upper Sa, or 4 by 3 times of Sa reference. So we have to just multiply frequency of Sa by 4 by 3 in order to get Madhyam in Hindustani classical music. I will just open my calculator here, and 400 into, our relation is 4 by 3. 400 into 4 divided by 3. That is 533.33. So 533.33 is Ma in Indian classical music, whereas in Western it is 533.93, slightly higher. Now how to find the, how to find ni, and how to find re is exercise for you. Hint is that you take Ma as Sa and make its Gandhar. Multiply this by ratio of Ga, that is 1.25. You will get frequency of the in Indian classical music. You take Pa as Sa, find its Pancham. It will be upper Re. Then divide it by 2, so that you will get this Re, and you will be able to compare it with Western scale Re. So with the help of these formulae, you can easily derive now various notes in Indian as well as Western scale. I request you to do some exercises. You just take any values of Sa reference as 100 Hz, 500 Hz, 1000 Hz, and using the formulae, you can easily derive the suras or notes in Western scale. Of course, using Saga relation, Sama relation, and Sa-Pa relation, which are basic relations in Indian classical music, you can easily derive all the Shuddha Swaras, Shuddha Surs in Indian classical scale. Now, what about the Komal Suras? The Saga relation, Sapa relation, and Sama relation, these three relations are only useful to derive the Komal Swaras also. How to derive the Komal Swaras and how to derive various Shrutis. That is part which is left now. I will be conducting a series of short videos which will explain about Shrutis, how to derive Shrutis, what are the calculations, how to practice using various Shrutis, various Samvadas. I will be explaining about various points like, are Shrutis restricted to 22? Are they more than 22 or less than 22? Is theory of Bharata in Natya Shastra about Shrutis directly applicable in today's scenario or not? Or is there any something different happening practically while expressing a ragas nowadays. I will be explaining all this in a video series. So please stay tuned, do some exercises, and about the queries you can drop in the comment box of this video along with your WhatsApp number so that I can explain or I can answer your questions and queries. That's all. Thank you.